Come with me for a walk through one of the most delightful parks of Eastbourne. It's 25 acres of woodland, of lakeland, of strolling land. It was originally a decoy pond owned by the family at Hampden Manor. They were the Freeman Thomas family, and in 1898 they offered the park to the local council for the price of £3,000. But there was a proviso. You see, they wanted a road to link their village of Willingdon with the now growing town of Eastbourne, and they could buy it for £3,000 provided the council also installed the road, which was later called King's Drive. They built King's Drive. It cost another £10,000. The pond itself is called the Heron's Pond. I suppose there used to be herons here in the old days. I haven't seen herons, well, some people do, but I haven't seen a heron here for a while. But certainly loads and loads of different birds. This is truly a nature's paradise. That island in the middle there has been added recently, well, within the last 2 or 3 years. Mallards, seagulls, coots, they all congregate here. And of course the majestic swan sits on its nest. And of course the largest and the king of all the creatures, the birds of this area. In 1946 this was the actual boundary of Eastbourne. It's strange. It's now advanced way out, nearly touching the nearby town of Polegate, and in the other direction Pevensey, West Ham, Pevensey Bay. How the place has expanded since 1946. So this is no longer a boundary line, it's well within the borough of Eastbourne. There are many other things here, like a place to eat, and there's rugby, football match areas, all sorts of things. Old pictures of Eastbourne and old pictures of Hampden Park, in fact, show little change. There used to be a rustic bridge here. It's now been made into something metal. It's a shame because the rustic bridge did have a certain character to it, but the actual river that comes away from here, which starts in the Downs and goes as far as Prince's Park, and have a light waterfall, trickling away to one it's strangely called the dikes, or sometimes the sewers. Well, of course they're not sewers, not in that sense, not in the sense that we see sewers today. But when they were first listed as being waterways, they were ways of sewage from this area, which of course was very much part of the water meadows which existed up until the time there was an enormous storm at the Crumbles, now Sovereign Harbour. And when that happened, a shingle bank was created by nature, and suddenly this estuary became water meadows. But this particular part here was always very wooded. In fact, it's now called Hampshire Wood, but it was originally the forest of Anderida, a forest which stretched right along the coast from Dover right the way into Hampshire, a vast forest impregnable to most of the people who lived here. They lived on the Downs. The Romans marched on the Downs, everybody marched on the Downs. It was too dangerous to go into the areas of the forest. People did and survived, but they were the Black Lands. They were considered to be too dangerous. And even the Roman legions liked to have a safe journey from maybe their main city of Chichester to this area here, which was a Roman town. It was called Anderida. It had a port. It had quite a large community. And much of the Roman remains are now under the new city, new town of Eastbourne, which was of course created in 1850 by the Duke of Devonshire. In those days, when that was being created, archaeological work was a thing of little interest. This is an interesting point. See, there is a war memorial in Eastbourne, but here we have a war memorial to the people of Willingdon, because this used to be Willingdon, or Hampden Park as it's later to be called. Those who lost their lives, firstly in the First World War, and then later in the Second World War. We remember them. Usually when I come here, I don't know where they've all gone to, there's lots and lots of squirrels. I haven't seen a single one for my last few visits. I find that strange, but I'm sure they're still here. I can't imagine anybody getting rid of the squirrel population. First of all, there's too many of them, and secondly, they have a certain characteristic which enhances the park. It's a nature area, not simply a place for humans to enjoy themselves. So there we have the wooded area stretching back through Hampshire Wood until it touches the actual area of Hampden Park by the railway station. What's called Willingdon railway station, but that was years ago, a long, long time ago. And it's been Hampden Park for the last 50 years. How did it get the name Hampden Park? Well, it's named after Viscount Hampden, who in actual fact was the grandfather of the Gilbert, the Freeman Thomas family at Ratton. It was officially opened on August the 12th, 1902. There was 4 years of negotiation before it was finally given over to being a public park for people to come and enjoy, and as today, stroll quietly, enjoying this amazing area of nature in all its abundance. It's a strange thing to think that this decoy pond started life not here as a nature reserve, but as a place that the Duke, the Earl, Lord, whoever it is at that particular time, could come down with his servant, could come down, and there were abundant birds for the table. So I'm afraid the beauty of nature was more an interest in food. But that's a long time ago now, and nature is much more accepted as being something vital to our health and well-being. And so just walking here is an enjoyable and wonderful experience. Those islands across there are ideal for nesting because nobody's allowed to go there except for the birds. They are not open to the public, which is good. No access to the public at all. And the new islands that have been built are also for the same purpose, protected. So we start at a bridge and we end at the same bridge. A quiet, gentle stroll down one of Eastbourne's most idyllic parks, Hampden Park, on the north end of Eastbourne.